Hello, chefboyrv here again. Tonight we're going to do something new. Tilapia and shrimp in a red pepper sauce with a cauliflower risotto and a veggie relish. Cook tilapia and shrimp a lot. Haven't done this particular recipe with the red pepper sauce. Done the cauliflower risotto a lot, and I've done the veggie relish many times. So this is going to be a bit of a learning experience for all of us. So we're going to try this with you. We're going to start with the tilapia, of course. Zucchini and onions and squash are going to be the veggie relish, and for the red pepper sauce we're using onions, red peppers, some tomatoes and green chilies, better known as rotel, and a lot of different spices, and we'll give you an overview of what all the ingredients we're going to use tonight. Okay, this is what we're using: tilapia fillets. Got some green giant riced veggies. It's just easier to use the frozen stuff and then turn it into risotto. We're going to use some squash and zucchini cubed. We're going to use some julienned red bell pepper, julienned onion, some fresh thyme, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, EVOO, rotel tomatoes, capers, sea salt, pepper, minced garlic or fresh garlic, however you prefer to use it. This stuff's just easier. We've got about 5 shrimp for each plate, so they're thawing. Of course, your pans, pots, everything you need to do this. I like to use cast iron for the fish and the shrimp. Tends to blacken it a little better. And then we're using a non-stick for the vegetables. So I'm going to get started and then we'll be right back to show you the prep. We've started with our veggies. We sauteed some onions till they turned translucent and a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Then we added the veggies, which are squash and zucchini. A little salt, a little pepper, a little garlic powder. We'll let those cook. They take a while to cook down, so we're going to start with those. We've got our cast iron with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. So we're going to take our fish, which we have seasoned with salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and smoked paprika. We're going to put them in just for a couple of minutes per side. That won't cook them completely. Then we're going to take them off of the heat and let them rest while we make the sauce, because we're going to put the fish back into the sauce and let it cook for another several minutes. Alright, we've done our fish for a couple of minutes per side, so they're mostly done but not quite. So we've set those aside. In the same cast iron skillet, we're going to add the onion and the peppers that we julienned earlier, and let those come up to softness. Once that happens, which won't take very long, a couple of minutes.
I have to interrupt. Come up to softness? What does that mean?
That means they get hot enough to be soft.
Because in normal everyday life, come up to softness? What?
Yeah.
What the hell does that even mean?
Get your mind out of the gutter. They got to come up to temperature. They'll get softer and softer. So once those come up,
Sorry.
we will add the diced tomato and green chili, rotel tomatoes. We're going to throw in some capers. Going to throw in some minced garlic, like 4 cloves, so a couple of full teaspoons. We're going to drop in some fresh thyme, and we're going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes for everything to come together and flavor up into the sauce. Then we'll re-add the fish. In between we're going to make the risotto, but not yet. It doesn't take very long. So we're going to start this sauce, and we will show you what it looks like when it's coming up to temperature. We put the green giant cauliflower risotto in the hot pan. Same one we used for the squash and zucchini, but we took those off and put them on warm. We've got our sauce simmering. This sauce is smelling amazing. It's got the onions, peppers, capers,
Golly,
rotel
it smells
tomatoes,
so good.
a little fresh thyme, about 4 cloves of garlic. We're going to let that simmer for maybe 15 or 20 minutes to really get all those flavors melded together. So to our cauliflower risotto, we're going to add some cream, maybe a 1/4 cup, maybe more, maybe less, depends on you. I don't measure anything.
Ever.
So we're going to add some Parm cheese to make it creamy. That's going to help quite a bit.
I'm going to come closer so I can smell.
Oh, come closer and
It
smell.
smells so good.
Of course, you got to put salt and pepper. This stuff comes out of the bag completely unseasoned. It's a pretty good amount of salt. A little black pepper. I'm going to use some garlic powder instead of real garlic. All right, put a little garlic powder in there, and we'll let that simmer for a while. Our veggies are done. The shrimp come last. They take no time at all to cook. So we've got this. What are you doing back there, Kitty?
Just messing with you as usual.
Of course you are. So we're going to make sure that's all combined on the cauliflower risotto. As the cheese melts and the cream soaks into the cauliflower,
Oh yeah.
it's going to really turn into a creamy risotto. This store-bought stuff already has little bits of asparagus and mushroom in it.
And again, we do that because we live in an RV. It's hard to have fresh stuff or prep and room
Yeah,
for
I mean, who wants to take the time to food process a bunch of cauliflower and turn it into rice and then add everything? Just for $2.50, I can just buy it and then fix it.
Well, that's our whole thing, though, is easy, lazy.
Easy, lazy. This recipe's not the easiest, laziest.
Yeah, but the frozen stuff is,
Man, this sauce is smelling
yeah,
amazing.
phenomenal.
If you can get out of that tequila haze for a minute and smell it.
Yeah, okay.
QT, the tequila
Sure,
girl.
that's me.
Watch her video on how to make keto margaritas, and you too can be a tequila freak. Oh, you're back. All right, so like I said earlier, this is the first time I've made this particular sauce. So after it cooked down for about 10 minutes, I add a little bit of water and some Louisiana hot sauce just to spice it up a couple of notches.
Oh, our friend Cajun Keto is going to be upset probably that you use Louisiana hot sauce because
Well,
it's store-bought.
I know it's store-bought, but
Sorry,
you know.
Barry.
So what we're going to do is put the fish back in. Remember, we cooked them for a couple of minutes, so they're not fully done. We're going to drop them back in, let them marinate in this onion, pepper, and caper garlic sauce. Now with the Louisiana hot sauce. For about 4 or 5 more minutes. 3 more minutes. 4 or 5 more, till it's flaky.
You can't make up your mind.
And in the meantime, we're going to cook the shrimp
Yes, it's for me.
in a separate pan. Our risotto is looking phenomenal.
Yes.
Our veggies are done. So we're going to take our shrimp. I bought frozen, peeled, deveined, tail-on shrimp because I'm
We're
lazy.
in North Carolina too, so
So we're going to take a pat of butter,
it's not like we can go to the local dock and get fresh shrimp right now.
throw that in a preheated pan. Get that good and
Ooh, I have to say too, it smells incredible. When he bought capers today, like, no, I don't want that. And he mentioned what kind of sauce he was making. Nope, don't want that either.
yeah, you got to have the saltiness of the capers in a fish sauce.
So
It's
I'm
just-
still a little, even though
Oh,
it
no.
smells incredible and I'm drooling, I'm not sure I want this. But I'll eat the shrimp for sure.
We're going to drop these shrimp in. For the whole dish, we made 2. One for me and one for QT, the tequila girl. I don't eat shrimp, so I'm just making enough shrimp for Stacy. I bought these big, giant, jumbo shrimp.
He eats shrimp if they're fried, but we don't
Only
eat fried
fried
anymore
So
usually.
to the shrimp, we put a little butter in there. We're going to add some smoked paprika. Little cayenne pepper, just to spice everything up.
For me.
For her. I'm going to let those cook for about a minute or so per side. And let these continue to cook for, like I say, 3 to 5 minutes. Till they're nice and flaky and fully done. And then we're going to plate. So we'll be right back.
That gives us just enough time to have another beer and another margarita.
Absolutely. Everything's done. The fish are completely done in our red pepper caper sauce. We got some spicy, hot spicy shrimp over here. We got our zucchini and squash and onion veggie relish. And we have our cauliflower risotto, which we're going to start with on the plating. So we take a big old honking spoonful of that, lay it right in the middle of the plate. Let's give her a little more.
True.
Tequila girl. Then we take, careful with this cast iron, you always need to have a towel or something, pot holder, because it gets hot. So we're going to take a piece of this fish with our spicy sauce all over it. Lay it right up there on top of that. Oh, throw all that lovely goodness on there.
Ooh, that smells
We're going
so
to
good.
take out the thyme, because nobody wants stems.
I don't want to eat that.
We wanted the flavors, but we don't want the thyme stems. We could have stripped it, but we didn't. So.
Why is that? Because we're lazy?
Because we're lazy.
I say we like I helped. You're lazy, not me.
We're going to take some of our veggie relish. Lay that around the edges. What we're trying to do here is with every forkful, you get a bite of everything so that you get all of the tastes together. And of course, with her plate, we're going to layer
I get the shrimp, I get the shrimp.
4 shrimps up on top.
Shrimps.
We want them all to face the same direction.
Yeah, because the shrimp really care which direction they're facing.
No, but chefboyrv does.
It does look prettier, though, I have to admit.
There we go. Tilapia and shrimp in a red pepper sauce with cauliflower risotto and a veggie medley, which is squash, zucchini, and onions. Plated and ready for your enjoyment, Tequila Girl.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, chefboyrv RV Cooking, and hashtag chefboyrv. And check out our videos on YouTube. We have a bunch of other videos on how to make other stuff, all full keto. This is completely keto, carnivore, diabetic diet. You will love it. The family will love it. You won't even know that you're missing anything starchy.
Cheers.